Lawmakers on Capitol Hill are rushing to make progress on two major pieces of legislation ahead of required test votes next week. A bipartisan group of senators is still working out the details of the infrastructure deal, while Democrats are pushing ahead with a separate, larger spending plan that would be passed with just Democratic votes. ABC's Elizabeth Schulze has the latest from Washington.
The clock is ticking for lawmakers to iron out details of the bipartisan infrastructure plan and a separate, massive Democrats-only spending package. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer has now set a deadline next week for a crucial test vote on the bipartisan deal.
There is no reason why we can't start voting next Wednesday, and that's what we're going to do.
Negotiators of the $1.2 trillion bipartisan infrastructure deal are still scrambling to put their agreement into writing and to show how they'd fund the almost $600 billion in new spending. One key way to pay for the plan, increasing IRS tax enforcement, appears to be on the chopping block, as senators seek to secure the 60 votes needed for the bill to advance.
It's got to be done in a way that garners enough bipartisan support to get it done.
At the same time, Democrats are trying to work out how to pay for their $3.5 trillion so-called human infrastructure plan, with priorities on health care, education, and climate change. Democrats are racing to move forward with the budget reconciliation process that would allow the plan to pass without any Republican votes.
Americans cannot afford another socialist borrowing, taxing, and spending spree that will kill jobs and raise costs for working families.
Despite the moving parts and short timeline, President Biden says he's supremely confident both plans will pass.
And I've watched and listened in the press, declared my initiative dead at least 10 times so far. I don't think it's dead. I think it's still alive.
To further complicate the negotiations, some progressive Democrats are threatening to derail the bipartisan infrastructure plan if the bigger spending bill doesn't proceed at the same time. Elizabeth Schulze, ABC News, Washington.